Time, guys. All right. Guys, let's all bring it in. Keanu, come on. Guys, Keanu got new shorts. All right, so right there for the camera. All right, boom, nice. Masterskya on VHCS, you get 10% off. All right, nice, very nice. All right, works. So guys, we're gonna go over the, only Dom gets my sense of humor. We're gonna go over the guard retention that we've been working on in the class this week, all right? So guys, we're gonna divide the guard retention into a few parts, but before we talk about that, let's talk about his opening posture, right? So first thing is the soles of his feet are gonna be facing me. Second, his shoulder line is gonna be inside of his knee line, so he doesn't wanna have his shoulders too close together, so he wants to have his knees separated so that his shoulders and his elbows are inside of that line. And it's very important that he's concave. So there's a space underneath his hips and a little more crunch. There's a space underneath the shoulders. So when he's here, look guys, I'm able to spin him, all right? If he was like relaxed, kind of here, look, I'm like dragging him across the mat, cleaning the mat, all right? That's not what I want. So I want him to be concave, exactly. Plus, what Keanu can do is, you know, if I'm running around him without the use of my hands and my grips, right, he can kind of just use his elbows to like follow me, exactly. So he can follow me pretty easily, right? Whereas if he wasn't doing that, like if I run around him, maybe I'm gonna surprise him with some kind of angle like that, right? So that's gonna be the opening posture. Now, we're gonna divide it into 3 angles. Angle number 1, don't move. Angle number 1, angle number 2, and angle number 3, okay? So the first one, all right, is just a mini angle, right? So a lot of my attacks can come from there. Like I can start to cut the corner a little bit, just to start, like for example, dive and for over underpass, whatever, many different situations. So as soon as I'm here, his foot's still in the place, he's gonna put his foot onto my hip and he's gonna square up with me, perfect. I'm gonna go the other way, he's gonna use the other foot, nice. And notice what he does. After he uses my hip to pivot off of, he retracts that foot. He doesn't want to keep it there because if he keeps it here, that foot becomes weak. I can look to disconnect that foot and I can look to enter into a pass, right? So he uses it and then he brings it back, almost like a punch. Number 2, after I go past that ankle, let's pause here. Now this one is going to be a little difficult for him to use. So he's going to either do an outside pummel or sometimes he'll do an inside pummel. Kind of depends on the grip of my hand and how I'm grabbing his ankle. And then now he's going to use my shoulders to pivot off and he's going to square up with me again. He's using a very specific place to put his foot. He's putting it right where my arm meets my chest, right this line right over here. If we're here, if he just goes onto my bicep, look, I can still put all my weight on him and now I can look to, for example, cover and get like a half guard or something like that, right? If he puts it on my chest, where now I can't do that, my hand is free to throw his leg away. So the best of both worlds is going to be this spot right here. So now I can't really put my weight on him, and I can't really use my hand that well either. All right, so it's going to be the perfect spot, and then he's going to square himself with me. That's it. Other side, I'm going to go here, he's going to bop, and then he's going to square himself with me. This side, bop, perfect. The third one is I've now gone past his knees. All right, and now this is a dangerous power for him because I'm about to start to dive in for side control and knee on belly. So he's going to frame on my bicep, exactly, and then he's going to do the same as number 2. He's going to pummel this foot in, and then he's going to square himself up. Other side, bop, beautiful, all right? And now let's just do all of them, all right? So I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to surprise him. 1, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, whatever, right? So it's going to look like this. All right? Nice and easy. The drill and the technique is for the bottom player. I don't want to see this, guys. Slow motion. And then for 3 seconds, he now decides what he should do. That means I was too fast for him. Slow down, all right? Nice and easy. Go here, give him the opportunity to block, and then he's going to be able to square up with you right away. Cool? So we're going to do these 3, and then we're going to add 2 more. We're going to add the knee cut, and we're going to add the leg drag to finish off today's class. Cool? Let's go. Nice. Guys, so now we're going to add 2 more pieces of the puzzle, all right? These are all standing passes, right? So the first were just toreandos. When the person goes around your legs, now we're going to look at knee cuts. I'll do it this time. We're going to do knee cuts and we're going to do leg drags, all right? So I'm going to be here. Guys, couple things to note. Sometimes, like, you want to assist yourself. So sometimes you want to just frame right at your own thigh, just like this, right? Other times, like, if there's a little bit of space and he's, like, moving around me and stuff, look, I'm absolutely using my elbows to move myself here, all right? So my arms are ready to be on the outside, but in a second, they're going to be ready to be on the inside, right? So now my training partner, they went left, they went right. Now, you know, and then I blocked them. Now they're going to control my ankles and they're going to start to go through the middle. So first, I need to make sure that their knee doesn't touch the floor. Go ahead, count. Boom. So I'm blocking them with the reverse de la Riva hook. So I need to do that first. Second is I got to be a little bit on my side. They're going to try to cross face me. I'm going to block their arm from cross facing me. Now I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to put it on their shoulder, just like this. So this is a really strong structure. Keanu, put all your weight on me. It's gonna be very hard, right? And I can leg press him off if I want to, right? As soon as I have the structure now, and only now, my foot's gonna come off, and I'm gonna put it on the hip, and I'm gonna pivot off the hip, and now I'm back to square one. Now I'm back to playing my guard, right? So again, I'm here, and now he's coming in through, but if you can do this simultaneously, do it, all right? So hook, arms, and foot. If you have problems with putting this foot there, you can also use your knee. That's okay too, but the foot is arguably a little bit better, all right? Now my foot's gonna come off, goes onto the hip, and then I square up with him, and now I'm back. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, is don't stay static here. It's gonna be harder to follow. Don't be like spastic here and like do wild egg beaters, all right? But have like a little motion, you know, kind of play with your feet a little bit like this, right? So now when they're starting to come in, now it's gonna be easier to intercept and block, all right? This time I chose my knee, no problem. Foot comes out, and then I square myself up with them, and now I'm back to square one. Now the last one is gonna be the leg drag, all right? So what is my partner one on the leg drag? They're gonna take a cross grip, they're gonna take a step to the outside, they're gonna step underneath my foot, and now look what they're doing. They wanna pin, let's just come up a little bit. They wanna pin my leg towards the floor. If my leg is pinned towards the floor, guys, look, there's no pummel. You see that? I don't have mobility. But let's say they stepped a little bit shallow, and let's say this my thigh is not on the floor. Look, I'm able to now pummel and do my egg beater. Does that make sense? So as they're stepping in, what I'm gonna wanna do is I'm gonna pull my leg like this. So this thigh never touches the floor, okay? Because of that, I'm gonna be able to pummel a little bit later. But before Keanu goes down, I'm gonna block his shoulders, just like this. Now I'm gonna pummel my foot A, I'm gonna retract my foot B, and now I can push him away, or I can start to enter into entanglements, etc. Okay? So again, once more, playing like this, he steps in, so I'm gonna block, all right? So I'm gonna either go on this shoulder or this one. Now frame my leg so that he doesn't pin my thighs to the floor. Now I'm gonna pummel, putting on this shoulder, and now and only now I'm gonna retract, and now I'm cocking myself in, or I can start to counterattack him. Okay? So I'm just blocking him from coming in. Last one, he's coming in, bop, bop, boom. 1, 2, 3, and now I can start to go in, I can start to attack, whatever. Cool? So if you're comfortable, if you've been here all week, do all 5. If not, you can focus on the first 3 or the second 2, etc. Okay? But always have a conversation with your training partners to make sure you're on the same page. Let's go.